It is 5:00 p.m. on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. We'll call the Board of Works and Safety meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Weigel.
Here.
Smith. Here. Daniel.
Here. In front of you are the minutes from our last meeting on June 23rd. Were there any changes or corrections?
I didn't find any.
I did not find it.
Okay, hearing none, I'll make a motion we approve the minutes as presented.
No, I'll second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. Next up, we'll open the floor for any public comment. Anybody want to give a public comment? Okay. We'll close public comment. Next up is encroachment agreements. So the first one on our agenda for today is 201 East Ellsworth Street. Mr. Schultz, come on up. Need your name and address, please.
Eli Schultz, 201 East Ellsworth.
And tell us what you are planning to do here.
Build a fence. It's more like if you ever been to a zoo and those crazy monkeys, you know?
Okay.
Well, I have one of those now. And she's like almost 2. And it's really stressful.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a
It's
you
more
know,
of keeping the monkey inside.
keeping it in, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha. Now, is this a, like a panel fence or just side by side where there's no way to see in between it?
Yeah.
Or is it kind of spaced out?
Look, I'm just be completely honest with you. It's just how I am. I'm seeking approval for the most aggressive thing.
Yes.
And then I can take that home to my wife and say, hey, this is the max. Whatever else you can come up with.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm not the designer. I don't know what this is going to look like. I just need approval for the most aggressive thing.
Okay.
That's just me being super honest with you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. And I will tell you that it is a little atypical to do 6 foot right up in kind of, I know it's a side yard, but kind of on a corner lot right up in the sort of front yard.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking all those questions. About
Yeah, and like,
being able to see
we're going to do this push and pull thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understand what you mean. I was thinking strategically, if you saw on my map there that I'm away from Ellsworth,
Yep.
but I'm really close. Is it Washington or
Washington, yep. Mhm.
So you can still see the corner. Like it's not close on both there. So that was kind of my strategy with that, keeping in mind that
Is
you need
it
to
line of sight? You can still see pretty good line of sight there.
Yeah, and then Ellsworth doesn't have a stop sign at that intersection, but Washington
But Washington does. Yeah.
So that's also relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to propose something and we can talk about it, that's kind of what I'm going for, most aggressive proposal.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of going that direction to say, is there a reason you chose 6 foot instead of like a 4 foot or a 5 foot fence? That's
Yeah.
the reason I'm kind of getting.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm just trying to maximize the privacy,
Sure.
and I don't even know if that's what we're going to do. I just, you know,
Gotcha.
I would like to get approval for that, but if there's a specific reason why that won't work, then I'd like to know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so I know when, and the only reason, again, I'm bringing this up, these guys haven't even chatted yet, but I know when we had discussed the property at the corner of Jackson and Line, we had a lot of conversation about that, and some of that was because of dog, and some of that was because of height, and some of it was the type of fence. So we had a lot of conversation. That's why it's fresh in my memory.
Yeah.
Is because it was right up on the road, if
Yeah.
you will. But anyways.
The other issue was line of sight.
Yep, that was the other issue.
I
Yep.
did drive out, I just drove by there about a half hour ago to get an idea what this could look like, being that close to the sidewalk. I don't know, I've tried to go around town, but I don't remember seeing a 6 foot fully closed fence up alongside the road. I can understand it, quite honestly, being across from
They're not.
the jail, old jail.
It's not.
And I get that, but at the same time, I don't know if we've ever granted a 6 foot fully closed fence along the side of a road. Usually those are along the alleys or backyards or places of that nature. I stopped at the stop sign and I tried to picture in my mind what that would look like. And I'm still struggling with something that close to the sidewalk.
Is there a reason that you came out from the property line and went across rather than just follow the property line straight across?
On Ellsworth Street?
Yeah, along Ellsworth, yeah.
Yeah, like, again, I was just seeing if I can get an
What you
extra
can
2
get.
feet,
Okay.
you know?
And for clarity's sake, the monkey you're talking about is a daughter?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just for the record, I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
I'd have to have a different conversation.
I was gonna say, I think there's a.
Getting approval.
Just to be clear, I thought that's what we were talking about, but I thought it'd be clear, so. So Dan, I guess the question I would have for you is, if it were something where you followed that property line straight across and gave that additional 2 foot, how would you feel about that? And again, I'm not asking for a commitment, I'm just asking.
Like I said, I'm still looking at the aesthetics.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't allowed anything like that anywhere else that I know of. There could be, or there will be. But I have not driven around the town and seen a 6-foot fence right up by the
Is it the
sidewalk.
height that is what you're referencing, or is it
The height.
wooden
Well,
closed?
No,
we got a
it's-
combination of things, everything fully enclosed and then something that's 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
I
But is
guess-
it more so the enclosed, but?
Because most every fence alongside of a road or intersection, we've put so you can see through it.
Yeah.
For safety reasons. And I understand what you're trying to do with your daughter, but I'm also looking at the ability to look through it just in case something crazy's happening at that intersection. I stopped at the stop sign and tried to think about that, and there's a fire hydrant right out on the other side of the road there. So I was kind of questioning, you know, where our lines are in that right of way. So I don't know if the water runs along Ellsworth, or if it comes up Washington also, or how that works. Mike, do you have an idea where that might run?
I know our line runs down Ellsworth there. I do think we have a line that runs down to the one house on the alley from Ellsworth Street.
So I was kind of curious of that.
I think it's out in the tree yard.
Okay. And I wasn't sure where exactly our septic ran along Washington there. Kelly,
It's out in the road.
it's out in
Is
the
that the
road.
road? Yeah. Does your house sit up a little bit from the road, or is it pretty well flat there? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, the front of the house is really low, but then the back part is kind of higher. We have
Gotcha.
like, part of the reason of the height was the patio that we have there kind of sits up high, so that was kind
I
of.
gotcha.
part of it
Okay.
too. But I guess I'm wondering,
Yeah.
like, is the 4-foot height better for?
For the side yard, I think that would make me feel better if we could get to a 4 foot personally. I don't know where you guys are, but that would, for me, I would be a yes on a 4 foot.
Yeah, I think the 4-foot would be better, and like I say, having it being something decorative or see-through. I know you're trying to do the privacy thing, but I think the aesthetics of it would be better than a wall, so to speak, in that area. That's just me, I don't live out
Sure.
there, so I know that's, I don't live there, so it's hard for me to.
Yeah, it's hard to
Pass
have
judgment
it's
on
hard to have
something
an
like that,
aesthetics
but-
conversation when my neighbor has giant monster faces on their fence 5 feet from the road.
Oh, really?
You know, so, and I love Paul, the owner, the guy
Oh,
who does the jail.
oh, the
but-
jail. Oh,
yeah.
gotcha. Okay, I'm with you there. I see. I understand what
There
you're
is a
saying.
little bit of a, you know.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Lisa, do you have any perspective here? Wanna?
You know, I guess I don't have as much, I realize that this is the only place for him to put a fence. I guess I don't have as much problem with it being on the side there. I would prefer 4 foot. It'd be great if it's see-through, but I understand to put up a privacy fence on your property,
Yeah, well,
that's really the only area it can go.
The 4-foot thing, is that, can cars see over that to see other cars? Is that kind of the point of that? Is it safety, or is it just, it doesn't look as wally?
I mean, I think in some ways I would say it's both. I don't think it's a car that could see over it per se, but anytime we're looking at kind of, let's say, street frontage, typically that's where we stay away from that. And again, a part of it is the aesthetic of being able to see a house behind there, right? And some of it is the fact that it is kind of I'll say a barrier kind of a thing, but ultimately that's been kind of the precedent that this board, I think, has set going in the past.
I think don't we have an ordinance that says how close to the right of ways, or, I know this is encroaching, but I thought we had something that said, from edge of pavement, maybe we don't. When we dealt with that up here off of,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Jefferson and Line, we had some issues with that, right across the road from the,
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
so we had some issues with that one. A lot of that was line of sight and being able to see the intersection properly, which we had the other one also, just north of there that dealt with that. We had them put an angle fence in, so we could see through it.
Yeah.
I guess that's my issue, seeing something that only, looks like you got it, maybe 3 or 4 feet, maybe 4 feet off the sidewalk. But, I don't know, I think that's, I don't know, I'd like to see something.
Yeah, and remind me, you did those, are there apartments behind you there?
Yeah.
That's right, I thought you did those, I was trying to remember back, so, and so, basically what you're fencing in is your house, and to leave that separate and stuff, so.
I don't know
So
if
I'm-
a 4 foot to 6 foot makes a difference, if it's a wall basically separating. I don't know, what do you, hey chief, what do you think, when we were looking at police in that area?
Obviously, line of sight is my biggest concern, safety, but as long as it's backing up where it's not blocking the view of vehicles pulling onto Ellsworth from Washington.
Yeah, well, that was my issue too, basically,
Sure.
when it comes to that. And like I say, all the rest of the city, we made it
Yeah.
a fence that you could see through. In fact, I thought there were some rules on that we passed.
Well, I feel like didn't the planning and building department send over not you, but Nathan? Nathan had sent over, I think, saying that basically it was kind of our call, if you will, I thought, but, so.
Mayor, we had another one where they had a 4-foot fence close to the road.
Yep.
One as much yard as they could get.
Yep,
Then they decided to put a pool in. Then there was too much vision into the backyard where the pool was, so they moved the fence back away from the road and put in a 6-foot fence. But I think they moved it back like 8 feet.
I was gonna say, it must have been a lot closer than what it was.
Yeah.
So, I get it, I don't know how much progress we're actually making at this point. I agree with what you're saying. I would personally, I'd be okay with a 4 foot that would line up with property line going out. Even with the house out to Ellsworth and then following the line that he drew, if that makes sense.
So
You understand what I'm saying?
So you're thinking,
Follow the blue line out.
and then not go all the way out?
Yeah, go all the way out to there but a 4 foot. And so then I can, the guaranteed line of sight kind of a thing, because it's on that property line, if you will, and going up and following that out. That would be my proposal. I don't know if that'd work for you or not, but that would make me feel comfortable. I'd feel comfortable at line of sight. I'd feel comfortable with it not setting a new precedent. That's me personally, so.
Okay, well, I've seen where it doesn't have to go to BZA, because it's commercial
Mhm.
property. But I guess I'm still thinking that we need to make sure we're okay with the planning and building with a proper type of fence that goes into that area. Because I thought we had some discussions on the type of fence that went up alongside a sidewalk or road.
We did for Line and Washington, Line and Jackson Street, but I think that was because the front of the yard was Line Street, even though the front of the yard appears to be Jackson Street. Remember that? There was the difference of, we thought this was the front, but actually this was the front, and it created,
Right.
so, yeah,
I guess I'm still struggling going that close to the sidewalk.
I get it, I understand.
What do I have it at right now? How
You have it drawn out to,
Have it drawn out to like 3 or 4 feet. It looks pretty close to the
well,
sidewalk.
it's, yeah, I would, what's that say? It's 1 foot from the sidewalk.
Yeah, 1 foot from the
That's-
sidewalk.
yeah.
Yeah, 1 foot from the sidewalk, and then it looks like, is that 25 feet from the road maybe?
20.
Is the property line.
Well, he's
So,
got 2 lines drawn, so he's got 25 foot from the curb to his property line.
yep.
And then he's got,
It's-
I can't tell, I think he's got
Yeah,
it.
it's 1 foot, 1 foot from the sidewalk,
Yeah, I guess I'm
So-
struggling a little
and
bit with that.
looks like a 3 foot out from the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can move it 3, like I said before, I mean, I just,
Yeah,
this is
I
my
get it.
craziest idea.
I get it.
But if we wanna move it back to like 3 feet from the sidewalk, and then down to 4
3 to
feet.
4 feet back from the
And
sidewalk.
allowing a 6 foot?
Mayor,
Yes.
in the ordinance, it says the height requirements, any fence or wall which projects into or encloses a required front yard shall not exceed 4 feet.
Right, but this is a
But I
side
don't-
yard.
Okay, well, I didn't know if coming this way, if that's.
Oh, that
considered
is
front.
Projects into, I see what you're saying. Well, and that's what, I guess there's a part of me that says if he follows the property line out, I don't wanna be a dead horse, but if you follow the property line out, then it's not in the front yard, now it's in the side yard. So I guess theoretically, because there's no side, is there a side yard? I don't remember.
No,
It's just the front yard. That's what I thought. I think that's what the issue was on Jackson Line, because the front yard was not the front yard. So anyways,
So
so
you're
I.
saying not have this,
Yeah, not
Stick
having
to
the
the
bump out,
property.
just going straight through.
Mhm.
And then if he bumped it back from the sidewalk by 3 or 4 foot, would you be okay with the 6 foot?
Yeah.
What do you feel?
I still kind of like the idea of a 4 foot, but if we don't have an ordinance, then I
Yeah.
don't think there's a reason
Yeah.
to say, so, yeah, if it's bumped back 3 to 4 feet,
Okay.
and it sticks with the property line and doesn't intrude into
On the
the front
front,
yard.
on the Ellsworth side? Okay, and I think I can agree to that too. Is that okay for you? So what we're saying is, follow the property line in the front yard, if you will, along Ellsworth there. And if you're 4 foot back from the sidewalk, then the 6 foot will allow the 6 foot, along the line that you drew.
Okay, so that's perfect. Can we write that one down, like, are we good
Yes,
with that?
yeah, well, that's what, we'll make a motion. I just want, before we make a motion and approve it formally, I just want to make sure you were okay
No,
with that.
I'm good with that as option A, but I'd like that to be option A, and then option B is there any way to get closer to the sidewalk with a 4-foot fence?
I would be okay with that. I know you're probably not.
I
Sounds
don't
like
know-
you would be.
I don't know that I'm okay with a foot.
With it being a foot away from the sidewalk?
Can we do like 3 feet or 2 feet with the 4-foot fence?
I'd be comfortable with 3 and a 4 foot.
Yeah, give me 1 more foot.
3
1
foot?
foot over for 2
Okay.
foot down.
I just-
Let's make a deal here? Okay, okay.
I just-
So,
If I was walking along that sidewalk,
it'd feel
it.
kind of close.
Yeah.
If
Okay,
you ever walk around that sidewalk, it's the worst sidewalk in town.
okay. Well, it looks like it needs some love, that's
It
for sure.
needs some
Well,
help.
that's the other thing, if you ever decide to redo it, a foot's not gonna be
It's not gonna be enough, yeah.
right.
Don't worry, I
to
ain't
redo the
never
site.
into that.
Well, we may though, I
You guys
mean.
might, yeah.
So, okay, so what I hear everybody saying is option A is that he can have a 6 foot wood privacy fence as requested if on Ellsworth Street he follows his property line to 4 foot back from the sidewalk on Washington and follows that.
And it can be a 6 foot.
And that could be a 6 foot. If he wants to go to 3 foot from the sidewalk, he can have a 4 foot privacy fence, again, following the Ellsworth line, the Ellsworth side, property line, and following his line back there, but it has to be 3 foot from. And that's a 4 foot fence. Does that make any sense at all? Marcia, you okay with all that? Okay, okay. That gives you 2
Yeah,
options.
given everything there, that is you cannot see through the fence,
Yes.
right?
We all understand that, yes, that that's a wood privacy fence.
And my wife might like the decorative black ones.
And to be fair, if it's see-through,
Yeah.
that may be an opportunity to come back and we may have a different conversation. But since it's not see-through,
Oh, I think even.
That
I
gives
think
you a
we're
couple
good.
options.
I think we're good.
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate it, so.
So I will make that motion, and Sally, if you have any questions of what I'm saying when you're doing minutes, go ahead and just let me know.
I will second.
Okay, motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. I'll say the same thing that I always say. If for some reason, for a utility purpose or something, we have to get in there, we will let you know. You can take the fence down, or if it's emergency, we can't get a hold of you, we'll take it down. It's on you to put back.
Yeah, just make sure the monkey's in the house.
Okay, yes, we will
I'm
not
so
let
glad you said, because I was thinking,
Sally and I were having a sidebar conversation about that too, so. Okay, so next step is we're gonna take that over to Planning Building Department. It should be over there by tomorrow at noon. So from there, then you'll have to finish up over there.
Thank you,
Okay?
guys.
Thank you, Mike. Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of the day. Okay, next up is 927 South Valley River. And they're like, this was a bad decision to come to this meeting. Name and address, please.
Ryan Boger, 927 Valley Oak Drive.
Okay? And tell us what you want to do. I hate to ask. No, go ahead.
We are putting in a 6-foot privacy fence. We're asking to go 5 feet past it in the backyard.
Pass the easement in the backyard. Okay. Okay. Utilities, utility issues. Sean's good. Anything from water, anything from storm?
Ours is in the front.
In the front? Okay. Kelly, you don't have any issues?
We're in the
right?
front.
Front? Okay. Any questions?
it's all in the backyard, I'm good.
It's all in the backyard.
Very good, yeah.
Okay.
All right, then.
I'll make a motion, we approve the encroachment agreement for 927 South Valley River Drive.
I'll second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show with the usual sign. It is unanimous. I'll say the same thing to you. For some reason, we do have to get back there for utilities or other purposes. We'll try to let you know. If we can't, we'll take it down gently, but it's up to you to put back. Okay? Cool. Same thing. By noon tomorrow, it should be over at the planning building.
I'll take a half order of biscuits and gravy.
I know. Can we place our order now?
I'm so nervous. Can I get like some coffee? That's usually what I'm good at.
So you're good to go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's see here. What else we got on the agenda? Okay, we have Gene Childers' property update. Mr. Childers is not here. You will remember that the last time we had a meeting, we gave him till this meeting to have a conversation with his lawyer about which option to move forward with, whether we come in and clean it up and then work with him on that, or whether we start fining daily. He clearly is not here. And I know that Craig's had dealings with Mr. Childers in the past as well. We got our report from our ordinance enforcement coordinator earlier today with pictures. While I do think that he has made some progress on the mowing, it's clear to me that there are still weeds and high weeds and grass. There's still junk vehicles. There's still junk scattered throughout the property. And it's my recommendation that we abate. We do an abatement and then place a lien on the property for the abatement.
I'm in agreement with that. I feel like we've extended compassion
Yep.
and we've
Yeah, this is
gone the
been
extra
on.
mile. and
Yes.
I think it's
Since
time
October.
And
Since
time to take
October.
action.
Yep. I'll make a motion that we order the abatement process to begin, I guess, the official abatement process to begin for 401 South Main Street.
Second.
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to know to what extent.
Yes.
Do you want?
Well, we need to clean up all the issues that are against ordinance.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and,
And building?
and, well, I don't know if you've been there lately, to the building lately, but my understanding is he at least secured, did he secure the door?
Basically, the opening.
The opening door? Okay,
Well, that's pretty sky.
yeah. And Craig, I'm gonna make you reach back in your memory. Where did we land on his, did he fulfill the building abatement issue? Do you remember?
Well, technically, no.
Okay.
Or not even technically, just no.
He just didn't?
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
Part of the order was to clean up the debris
Yes,
from the property. He didn't finish that.
he did not finish that.
He
And-
just, it's just dribbling stuff out of there.
I was gonna say, if my memory serves me correctly, which is very probable it doesn't, but I feel like did he contract like Moyer or somebody to come in and demo it?
Lawyer came in, but before he was finished, he said he was done and had him leave.
But the building has not fulfilled that order.
No, there's a bridge still there.
Okay. So, again, not to put you on the spot, Craig, but is that something that you need action, enforcement action by this body, or do we still need to go through a process to get to that point?
If you want us to take care of it, we will. If it becomes an unsafe building,
Understand that?
again,
Yes.
after 6 months, if it's not cleaned up after the original demolition. That was October.
Yeah. Yeah, that was October. Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Is
The other
there
thing-
something?
The other thing on securing the building, if the board sees that is, or I haven't really, because I was letting you guys deal with it, but if you think that people can make access and cause trouble, under the fire code, we can have that secured as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm just, I don't, I mean, I just have no hope that anything is actually gonna be accomplished in the near future.
I'd be in agreement.
Board members, I mean, you know me well enough to know, I try really hard to have a heart for this kind of situation, and I just feel like we're not seeing enough progress, or really, I mean, again, Craig's done his job, Gary and Scott have done their job, I think it's time for us to do our job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as compassionate
I
a
know.
guy as there is, but at the same time, you know, we can't keep milking this thing forever, which we have. I mean, we've been over backwards for this gentleman, and yet we're still not seeing progress being done, so we gotta do the next step.
And I'm in full agreement with that.
Okay, so again, let me restate my motion, which is to abate the ordinance violations that are on the property, and I guess instruct the building department to move forward with abatement of the structure.
Right, we will contact him and we're 10 days notice.
Yep.
Before we apply for, advertise bids for cleanup.
Yep. Okay.
After 10 days, then we bring somebody in,
Yep.
take the bids, bring them to you.
Yep.
So if you're willing to pick that up.
Yep.
And go from there.
Well, and then we place a lien on the property.
Okay, then that's not the structure, it's a cleanup of the property.
It's both, yes.
Okay.
What my motion is to both. It's both to order the cleanup of the property, and it's to order the building demolition, or abatement of the building issues, if you will, so. Grass, weeds, junk, yes, scrap, et cetera.
And vehicles.
And vehicles, yes, yes. Again, if I were living right next to this, I would be irate that the city has not done anything about this. Now, thankfully, there's not anybody living really truly right next to it, but still. So that's my motion.
A second.
You seconded it? Okay. Further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is absolutely unanimous.
To that point, though, I do have a question.
Yes.
It's gonna take you time to get going. It's gonna take time to get somebody there to abate the building, correct?
Yes.
In the meantime, do we need to secure the building?
I'm gonna rely,
I think it's secure now. I mean, the basement side that was open, it was a wide open, anybody walk in, that particular side was open. The debris and stuff is still laying on the ground. The previous building it fell down. So I think that's what we're talking about, cleaning
Yeah.
up. But the building that is currently standing. And there was an elevator right there, little frame still left, that's where the opening was, right? Right. At the bottom of that, and they closed it.
Okay,
That's from Scott's report this morning.
thank you.
okay, thank you. Anything else on that?
No.
I figured. 351 North Line Street. Come on up, Craig. You wanna come on up?
I really don't want to.
You really?
Mayor, did they actually vote?
Yes, it was unanimous.
Okay.
Yeah, it was unanimous. Yeah.
So much discussion.
I know.
I have in my hand what you handed us the last time you were here from Empire Excavating for a demolition of a house on that property.
That was procured for SNL.
Yes?
That's now sold it.
Yes. Yes.
12 o'clock today to another company. And if it's the person I talked to on the phone a couple weeks ago, they plan on finishing the remodel of the house, the repair and remodel.
Okay.
I I told him, I said, there is an order on it, it's expired already.
Mm-hmm.
So the question, I guess, for the board is, are you gonna let him go ahead and wait, see what he's gonna do? I haven't had any contact with him yet. I don't know if that's the same person I talked to or not. Well, he gave me his manual, I couldn't understand it.
So I think
The
I,
initial order ran out on the 29th of June, so it's a week old.
it's a week old. So we did get or maybe I got, I don't know. I don't know if we all got or I got a report from Scott on this property. And his concerns, and I did share those with Marcia. I think that there is, I don't know, I think there was some, he thought there was some violation of law about notification or things like that. Maybe there was notification. But my point is, so my point of this whole thing was to say that he recommended that we prolong this a little bit longer to give the new owners the opportunity to fix the property, because he felt like there was a greater chance of the house being repaired than having a vacant lot, and the vacant lot may sit there for a while. Now, I could be wrong about that. Gary, were you included in that email? Maybe that was just a me thing, I'm not sure.
Can you give me a little history? So the
Yes.
actual owners of the house have sold the property?
Yes, so the house was in bad shape. We ordered it to be boarded up by the fire department who contracted with Paul Davis to get it all boarded up, because you had, the basement was being exposed, there was openings, the door was, and this has been a property that's kind of been like this for a little while now, and so that's when we issued you need to effectively bulldoze it, because they were doing nothing. And then apparently they gave this to, the SNL gave this to Craig, which gave to us. And then it's sold apparently to somebody else.
And you can understand how they were speaking, so.
You
Or is it-
couldn't get a name? Yeah.
I didn't understand the name on the phone. Yeah, it was S&L, when we wrote the order. It sold to Nutra Properties.
Mm-hmm.
And then just again today, sold to an A-Line group.
Oh, so that's completely different, because I looked up Nutra Properties and
They're out of it now.
they're out of it now.
Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
So Scott sent me something that says, since they boarded it up and secured it, it does not pose an immediate structural hazard. Just for information purposes, if we want to give this new company a shot to
Gotcha.
remodel or.
Well, and-
I
yeah.
mean, currently it doesn't pose an immediate
Yeah.
hazard.
And honestly, I would be actually somewhat in favor of even someone like Habitat for Humanity or somebody taking it over and refurbishing it and doing something with it. I just don't know how long we want to wait.
Well, after your inspections, with the foundation and everything, is it?
Yeah, they went in and shored up the floor system that was holding the house up. The exterior wall was originally built with improper materials. Really, the whole basement needs to be removed. I think that probably was holding everybody after doing anything on the house.
Oh, see, that's new information I didn't have.
Now, according to Indiana's rules, they can go back in and repair it. However, I wouldn't allow them to repair it with the same materials. So that says what we do about the rest of it. I haven't been in that basement to see whether or not the other walls were pushed in.
That was one of Scott's questions that we were to ask you tonight. Do you even think it's capable of being rehabilitated?
You can do anything, that's money.
Well, well, he said
I've seen worse.
realistically.
ROI, I guess ultimately that's the question is.
Yeah, that was
is,
his
do we
last-
think there's really a return on investment for somebody who purchases the property? Because I guess the last thing we want is like what we have over on, is it Elm?
Yes.
Elm Street, where it's a property, now this property is bigger, so it could be built on, but.
Right.
You know, we have a property over on Elm that burnt down, it was owned by a shell corporation, so we bulldozed it, because they didn't have the money to bulldoze it, that would have been during your time. And it still sits there with $30,000 or $40,000 in liens, I think, on it, or at
Right.
least, or something.
I mean, the hope there is just to get rid of it and split it between the two property owners,
Yes.
but, or whatever.
But it's sold at tax sale.
Yeah.
It's a whole different story for a different day, but. So what do we want to do? Do we want to bulldoze it? Do we want to try to save it?
This is just another corporation that's bought it.
Yes. Third corporation in, well, second purchase, yeah. Second purchase in the last 2 months? 2 year? Well,
Originally, it was taken back from the original owner.
oh,
Which was, M.J. Merschberger. Merschberger was his name. He was bought it on a sale to refurbish it. His issue was that he said his contractor took his money and left, so there's that. Then it sold to SNL, then it sold to this A&I. I haven't had any contact with A&I to do one, or I probably should talk to him, I don't know how to get hold of him.
Gotcha.
My boss will probably find out.
yeah. So I guess go ahead.
I guess my thought is, are they just trying to prolong this thing? I mean,
Well,
if
if
people
it's-
keep buying and selling and.
Well, I mean, so Nutra Properties bought it from SNL for a whopping $34,000. That's for the property and the house. And MJ Investments, back in 2020, bought it from Metropolitan Life Insurance Company for $30,000. And,
Merschberger.
say what?
Metzger.
Metzberger, yeah. So I mean, the point of the matter is the house, I mean,
I don't know what Big Chief said.
I would make a recommendation, since it is secure and it's not a hazard currently, that we give Craig till the next meeting to make contact with this new company and see what their plans are. They may come and demo it themselves.
Yeah.
And rebuild something.
and rebuild something on it.
Who knows? Or they may come and say, hey, no, we're gonna remodel it, reconstruct it. Or,
And then you could give them the notice that they've got to do it by a certain period of time, so that we don't
Come
delay.
back here.
Yeah,
Have to come back here to reestablish that timeline?
right, right.
From the floor first floor system up, the structure's in pretty decent shape.
Yeah, it's just below
You
that.
know, for that age of, which was probably built in the early 1900s, probably early 1800s. So it seems to be pretty good shape, it's still square, the windows are basically still in it, but it's old, so they'll have to decide how much you're gonna get into it. I've seen houses like that refurbished and sell for as much as $200,000. And others that didn't get their money back on it, so it's hard to say what they want to do. My real concern is that A&I is an actual company that can do this work.
That's your concern, or you think they are a real company?
That's my concern, I don't know them.
Yeah.
Are they just somebody's desk? You know, somebody sitting at the desk is gonna hire the cheapest guy he can to come in and work for him.
Yep.
Well, then I guess I'll make a motion that we turn it back over to our building inspector to make contact with that new company and then maybe come back with us in the next 2 weeks to see what their plans are.
So effectively, we're delaying the order to demolish by 2 weeks. And that's okay? We're good to do that?
I'll ask my boss.
Okay.
Nathan's actually the enforcement authority in Oklahoma City.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you. I'll second that. I think delaying 2 weeks, give them an opportunity to talk to somebody. And then if they either don't respond, or they come back and say, well, we're not exactly sure, then I think we just say, okay,
Yeah.
we move forward. If they come back and say, here's our plan, and by the way, here's our contractor, and here's what we're gonna do, then I think it would be very helpful for them to come to this meeting, or at the very least, send a report to you or to us, or both, to say, this is our plan. But
And
I
they
think
would want
anything
a
less.
timeline.
Yes, I think anything less than a timeline and a plan, I think the next meeting, we're gonna demo it.
I agree.
So, and just make sure that's clear when you communicate with them, if you get in contact with them and stuff. You motioned and I seconded for the discussion. All those in favor for the usual sign, it is unanimous. Thank you, Craig.
While I'm here.
Yes, please do.
I also have 2 other projects here in town, or addresses in town, that we've been looking at. We talked to them last fall, and actually issued orders last fall. Scott's been in on these.
Okay.
One is Kyle Preston at 106 East Jackson Street. A detached garage in his backyard is in very poor condition. The order was to repair. He's done nothing on it. So Nathan wants to reissue the order, but reissue it as a demolition order.
Because it's leaning into the alley, correct?
Goes in the road.
Yes.
The other one is Zachary Hesting at 216 East Hannah. He's got a structurally sound building, except that the roof is rotting off of it, rotting off between the rafters. Same issue, we issued a order to repair, has not been done. I did talk to him one time, he said he was trying to get his financing around, but that was last fall, after the order was issued. So we would probably want to do the same thing, issue the order, but for demolition at this point. It's getting to the point where it's not going to be worth trying to save that roof section, or that roof system.
So their issue is that they don't have the financing in place yet? Or that's what he's saying?
He hasn't called me back.
Okay.
That's the last time I talked to him, he was looking for financing.
Okay. I may have an in on that one.
It's the roof, if the rafters are still in good enough shape.
Yeah.
I can't say whether they are or not, I haven't ever actually,
Gotcha.
investigated the actual lumber. But the roof kind of rotted off between them, so over each rafter, there's a little bit of roof that's still running water, so it might be okay to repair it, I don't know.
Okay. Let me work on that one, but I know the Preston one has been, I know Scott has definitely kept me up to date on that one. So what are you asking for anything from us on either of those?
Not
No.
right now.
Not right now.
If you approve, we just want to keep you informed of what
Yes.
Nathan's intent is. He wants to redo the order.
Okay.
That's a demo order, put the normal on it, we might, instead of 60 days, might do 30.
Okay, okay.
And then it will probably require a hearing,
Mm-hmm.
just because demolition has gotten so expensive.
Sure.
Typically, I'd say no, you put that stuff in pickup all the way. But
Yeah.
You bring a contractor in,
Yep,
just this location where it's at,
it's gonna be an issue. Okay. Okay, any questions?
No, sir. All we got.
Yes.
I agree with Craig, I think just give him 30 days, that'd be great, because he's had plenty of time. We already gave him 90, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's had, it's kind of another situation where we're trying to bend over backwards and help us.
To help people, yeah. Yeah, we are not quick on the draw to get, I mean, we're quick on the draw to give people the opportunity to fix stuff. We are not quick on the draw to demo. That is usually our last resort. In fact, I think I can count on one hand how many times we've ordered demolition in my 15 years as mayor. So, but we're gonna try to get past 5 apparently at this rate, so. Okay, thank you.
Anything else for me?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Sorry to give you more homework. Thank you.
It's Nathan's work.
That's right, that's true, that's true, that's true. Okay, next up is trick or treat date. I know it's July, but every year we talk about it. I've already gotten my first question of when trick or treat is. I think the natural thing this year would be to put it on the Saturday, the 31st, from 5 to 8. It finally works out for once. So my recommendation would be that, unless you all have other thoughts or opinions. This will probably be the easiest vote we'll take all year long. So I'll make a motion that we have trick or treat hours from 5 to 8 p.m. on Saturday. You're not allowed to say anything. Saturday, October 31st, 2026.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show with the usual sign. It is unanimous. Okay, next up is street closings, and I think we have an additional one too, don't we?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do the ones that are on the agenda first, which is,
I
Oh.
added it to the agenda.
oh, you did, okay,
It should be at the end
okay.
for the 4-H.
Okay, so the first up is 35th Anniversary Customer Appreciation Day. This is for Flowtech. It's basically, they don't want the whole alley closed, they just want the area by the building there so they can do the tent and all that kind of stuff for customer appreciation. Any concerns from department heads? Any concerns from Board of Works?
No, sir.
I'll make a motion, we approve the street closing permit for 208 East Chicago Street as presented.
I'll second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor should raise their sign. It is unanimous. Next up is the 4-H Fair Parade. It's the same route as last year. This is on July 21st. And any issues? No issues? No issues? Okay. I'll make a motion that, no, sorry. Any issues over here?
No.
Okay. I'll make a motion, we approve the street closing permit for the 4-H fair parade as presented.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show the usual sign. It is unanimous. I only had 2 in my box. Was there another one?
No.
Okay, that's right. Okay, good.
Mayor,
Okay.
is the Flowtech closing the alley down there south then? I didn't see any barricades or anything mentioned on there.
They
asked for.
they did not request barricades unless there's something else on there. They did not request barricades, so I'm assuming they're doing it themselves.
Okay.
You can, probably shouldn't assume, but
We can.
just double check with them. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, I have one last thing before we move forward. LPA contract, this is for A&Z Engineering. This is the 3rd phase of Westgate. Specifically, this is for the construction, inspection, and administration services. It is an addition of, I had that number down and I gotta remember. what it is.
116.
I think it's what?
What, how much that contract was?
Well, I think it's an additional 119 in total, but I could be wrong. Let me look real quick. 120.
116 or 1?
I think it's 29 or 120. Anyways, it's like $120,000, okay? But again, that's construction, inspection, and administration. We have the money set aside for Westgate. It comes out of that. So, any questions about this? You guys want to see it anymore? It's just an addendum to what we already have. March has already looked over it. So, I'll make a motion that we approve the supplemental agreement number 1 for LPA Consulting Contract Services with A&Z Engineering as presented.
A second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor should put the usual sign. It is unanimous. Bills.
I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $1,000,000. Oh my goodness, I should have practiced these numbers. $1,725.28 from the allowance of account payable vouchers dated July 14th, 2026 for checks.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor should put the usual sign. It is unanimous.
I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $762,818.92 from the allowance of account payable vouchers dated July 14th, 2026 for EFT payments.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor should put the usual sign. It is unanimous.
I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable except overtime in the amount of $320,574.27, plus overtime in the amount of $12,987.32, for a total of $333,561.59 for the pay file ending June 26, 2026.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor should put the usual sign. It is unanimous.
And I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $13,500 from the allowance of account payable vouchers for the pay file dated July 3rd, 2026 for 3rd quarter clothing allowance.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor should put the usual sign. It is unanimous. Okay. Are
I
you
will
sticking
stay.
around?
Mhm.
Okay. So is there anything for the Board of Works from department heads that you have? Okay, Terry, you're good. Chip, you're good. Kelly. Tom. Mike.
Yeah, I got 2 high-service pumps that have been in service for 16 years, and they are starting to lose their volume. So we need to have them rebuilt, and the cost is $38,000 for both of them.
How much?
$38,000.
$38,000?
And that includes rebuilding the pump and also reconditioning the electric motors.
So 38,000 for both?
Yeah,
Okay.
19,000 apiece.
A piece, okay. Any issues? Okay. You have the clearance. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. 38,000 ain't nothing, doesn't it?
No.
It's a cookie.
I'll spend 30,000 all day long.
Anything else, Mike? Okay. Mike?
Just that we have the blowers that supply air to our aeration tanks. Some of those have been there since the one of them's been there since I started. It's been rebuilt several times. The units of silencers that sit on top of it The one is on its fourth one. We took one from a spare, put it in there, and we bought it 3 times, and it keeps cracking and breaking. So we have a company coming in tomorrow to assess it and look at it and give us some pricing on what we have now. We have Caser blowers, that's what we have outside and inside. To look at that and see what they can do as far as that way we have like equipment. So, because it just keeps, and then we also have some coming in to try to weld it back up into shape. Because we have to have that air supply, and it's just tired of fixing it after so many years, so.
Okay.
I
So
might
no
be
quotes
bringing back some
tonight.
pricing just to see where we're at on that, so.
Okay, so that'll come at a future meeting potentially?
Yeah, I just want to let you know that we're doing that, so
Okay.
that way you have,
Yep.
I don't blindside you when I come back with it, so.
I hear you. Great.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Sean, you have anything forward? Garrett? Marcia?
Nothing.
Sal?
Nothing.
I don't think I have anything. Dan?
No thanks, sir.
Lisa?
Nothing.
Anything from the audience? We have no press, so we'll call the meeting adjourned. Thank you.